でもそんなんじゃダメもうそんなんじゃほら心は進化するよもっともっと
Remember right, it's that setup.
Okay, so qualifying
I need 15
for
points.
the JBO F1 Series finale. Let's get it. Cody, my next season teammate.
Did you just call it the JBL F1 Series?
Yes, I did.
It's JLab.
JLab, not JBL. Okay. I'm sorry. You say JLab was. You said JLab was a fucking headphone company. JBL is a headphone company.
Is it?
Yeah, both of them are headphone companies.
Yeah, this is JLab.
Yo, what is up, everybody? It is your boy GU here, and today we're gonna be on some F1 2020. Don't know what fell, but okay. And this was a race that was about 2 weeks ago. This was an Eternal Emery's F1 league called JLab F1 Series, and this is the finale for the F1 series. Now the second F1 series has already started. It's already got through 2 races, Bahrain and Bahrain Short, and those are unfortunately not going to be up on YouTube, only because I didn't record them. Bahrain Short probably wouldn't have been up anyway. I rage quit out of that because it was my first race without traction control, at least medium traction control, so it didn't go well. Well, it was going well then, yeah. But anyways, let's get back on topic. Some backstory to this. I joined in the second race. This was my first F1 league that I ran since Southwest F1, and mainly actually Snap-on F1, my own old F1 league. So yeah, that's pretty much how long it's been since I ran an F1 league race. But I did, however, get back racing in F1 about 5 months ago and really got back into it, and now here we are. So we ended up joining Eternal's F1 series because I saw him doing one at Bahrain, and we joined the second race and surprisingly got our first career F1 win at a rainy Austria. Attendance for me was iffy, but we ended up with some luck and some really good performances and bad performances from Eternal. End up getting a 15-point lead heading into this final race. As we saw there, Cody ended up hitting the Renault, I think, of Daniel Ricciardo, and unfortunately got himself some wing damage, but he did end up with a 109. Now, obviously, you heard in the beginning, this was before, I thought we would have been able to switch cars. We obviously weren't. So we're still in the same cars. However, I'd still treat Cody as a teammate in F1 because he has helped me through so much in F1, and I feel like I have to give out some stuff. I have to not give out some stuff to him, but, like, you know, give some thanks to him. Now here's the league on Eternal Emery's on his lap. His out lap. As we come down, he goes for an odd line there. End up going for the outside, as he said, trying to go for the maximum run he can get. He starts off pretty good in the turn 1. I'd say probably a little bit slower than before. But this lap really let me know how good Eternal was at Brazil. Got it. He has a decent sector 1. I don't think it was faster than Cody, especially when it's on softs. He kind of missed the apex there in that turn. As I even said there, somehow missed the apex. And that corner could have been taken just probably a little bit faster, but remember, he's on control, as you can see. He shifts. He's in the 3rd gear as he comes through that corner. He's doing pretty well. Mind you, this is the guy that's fighting for the championship. This is the guy that was leading the standings and then ended up getting kind of fucked at Coda.
I brought
There's that corner. He kind of missed the apex a lot there.
custom setup.
And coming to the final corner, for some he does go low there.
Are you really killing me?
And he ends up going almost 4 tires below that white line. Ends up hitting a 109.009, going towards the charts.
Cody's lap time,
Cody,
27 thousandths of a second, and Cody was on mediums. Mind that.
so as you just heard there, 27 thousandths of a second
So that really
from Cody. From
Eternal.
Cody.
He seems like he's gonna run fast, but yeah.
And
the
this
thing
end,
is, like,
that
Eternal
lap
probably going
ended
for
up
it.
telling me that Eternal was not one of the best. Now he went out for a second lap here. I didn't know until now.
Bad at the end, and then I
As we head into the sector 2 part with all the corners, you have to be really careful on the power here. At least from what I know, plenty of spinalas, and he ended up he ended up taking that corner seemed like pretty good, but probably too slow. And instead of taking the line that you want to run, which is going on the outside on that grass, putting your right tires on the grass, and then turning in, he did not do that. And because his lap, he lost time, he ended up going in the pits.
Watch you to see what you can.
Now I see
Oh, wow.
Cody over here
The fuck are you on sauce for?
going his in lap.
Okay, thank God.
Now why I said why he was on
Alright, I was
softs,
gonna say.
the reason why is because we were going for the mediums to soft strategy. And this is now with 10 minutes, about 11 minutes left, under 11 minutes left in the session. I can't talk apparently. We ended up going on to my run. Now, one thing that you are now just about to be learning about this is that this league is preset only. Now, yes, it says say custom setup there, but it's the game-based custom setup. It is even like that for the second season. And the time we have to be is a 109.009, but we are going to be on mediums. And with 2 people on track, this is a perfect opportunity. As you see me switch to the mediums, we get out. We will get out and do our qualifying lap.
Expecting.
Now we're on our. Now we're bust. Oh my God. Now we're just about to get onto the qualifying lap, and we see now. Now, but mind you, the assists I only use are ABS and traction control, at least for this race. I'm now starting to use no traction control, but I still use the ABS. But we get on here. Even I, surprisingly for that corner, did not use the line that I did start using in another league that has restarted about 18 times, which I'm done running. But as we get on to our hot lap, we don't miss changing the ERS to hot lap, which is very good. I've been doing that a lot recently, and it's kind of killed me in my qualifying laps. Pretty good turn 1 and 2. And I think 3. And we head down to turn number 4 here. Pretty good corner. Probably could have cut that in a little bit more, but you know, it's whatever. As we head down to this long right-hander, this fast right-hander, we don't get the apex off the corner, and we end up missing the apex into that corner, which has kind of killed my lap a little bit here. We shift up into 6th gears and immediately shift down the 2nd gear. We kind of missed the apex there, but it's nothing too bad. But we head over to this long left-hander, going to the sharp left-hander. We do not choose to use the esports line, which might kill us in this lap. We head down a minute, coming down to the penultimate corner, come down to the final corner, onto the start-finish line straight away. Look at Cody setting a 107. We end up setting a 108.905 on mediums. Faster than Eternal, which is what we need to do now. Looks like we might be going out for a second run. Doesn't seem like anyone's ahead of us. As we see, we're just gunning it down the straightaway. We're 84 hundredths up on our second, and up on our time. Now a 10th up until we overshot the corner. Now we've lost about 2 tenths because of that mistake. We have traffic ahead of us. We tell him to move out of the way. He does, and we gain on that time just a little bit, but with the overshoot, we're going to gain a lot on this time. Look at the delta. It was green for a moment, but then it turns back to red. We didn't get a good exit off there, but we head down into that corner. We missed the apex again, but we get a pretty decent exit. But we missed the apex, losing off a 10th, and we don't choose to use the esports line again. We're up 2/10. We're down 2/10 on the time, and even with that mistake, I was like, just keep it off, just take it off, and bring it down into the pit lane. And we settled for a 1:08.905. I don't think I ran out for a third run, or at least for a try to get another second run in on these medium tires, since we only had one. So unfortunately, that will be our time heading into the race. We go ahead now onto Eternal's, I think, third or second run. I think this is his second run on, I think it's his second soft tires. I am butchering every English word in the dictionary. And there's his first run. He decides to go for a second run since that run did not do him so well. A 1:11, slower than his immediate time of 1:09.009. So obviously he can easily beat us here if he gets a good lap. We have 53 seconds left in the qualifying. Definitely as we come into turn 4, I think it is. I think I've been calling it turn 4. He hits the apex more than we did. Doesn't mess up on his second run. He keeps it nice to the curb. Exits. Doesn't come onto the curb. He goes onto the he goes off of the long right-hander into the sharp right-hander into the twisty turn section. I don't know what the section's called. Please don't hate me in the comments. As you see, Eternal, he said he was trying his best, but it looks like it's a faster lap than his first try. He goes on to the curb, overshoots the exit a little bit, hits the apex there, and probably could have went a little bit faster. Heads into the penultimate corner, riding the curb there, comes off almost onto the AstroTurf. He's going to complete this lap. He is slower than Cody, but he hits a 1:08.664, and he jumps up the P2, and TTV meanwhile did jump us, and that would put us P4 starting the race. As you see, Cody for 1:07.4 on the softs, followed by Eternal, TTV, and myself. The only 4 users running, my teammate Awesome, who has not shown up to basically any of the season besides run race, starts in P5.
Oh yeah, I ain't giving you an inch.
And
okay, well,
let's listen to what Eternal has to say too, if you haven't already heard.
Okay, well, if you get forced off the track, if you're not going to give an inch, and you force me off the track, be prepared to get forced off the track. It's not to.
It's a joke for the record. But seriously, I'm giving everyone else 2 inches. You're getting a centimeter.
All right, remember that when I'm side by side with you as well, heading into a corner, and I have the inside lane.
So obviously I didn't take that too well. This is where I found out the confusion. Now obviously I know that you don't, the mandatory tire allocation, as long as you use 1 set, it's fine. I thought I could use a medium to soft strategy, or at least I thought I couldn't. And unfortunately, the game wouldn't put me on a medium to soft strategy. This will play out a little bit more as we head into the first and possible only pit stop for us, as you see later on in the video.
Alright.
As you still see editing the strategy, I was like,
but it says a mandatory tire. Why is my mandatory tire mediums with hards?
yeah, that's what I was confused about. Now obviously, like I said, like I said, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We could have just still ran a 20 to 16, 20 on mediums, 16 on softs. So with 10 seconds left, I decided to keep it the normal strategy, and we ended up having to quickly back out of that. We didn't change the fuel, it seems like, and as we get rolling for the green. Now, 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5 red lights for the final race of the JLab F1 series. We are underway as we get a good start against TTV Go Boom. Eternal ups in the P2, kind of not good for us. But then Go Boom passing us right back in the second corner, almost basically extending the track limit, almost cutting the corner, basically cutting the corner there. We lose another position. That is very bad for us. But we are the first of the medium runners which is very good. I'm probably one of the only medium runners here. As we head into the straightaway coming on to the long right-hand corner. As you see TTV and Eternal battling pretty hard. TTV right on the back of Eternal's F1 car, letting Cody pull away here. I am basically stuck behind these two unless they make a mistake. As you see Go Boom gets very loose off the corner, does end up saving the car. We end up coming through that corner pretty good, but still no time gained. We ended up going to the third to last corner pretty good. As look at Go Boom almost basically in the grass and getting very, very loose out of shape there. Lets us pass TTV. He's gonna try and go for the move. He's gonna try to use the outside. It doesn't work. Heading to turn 1, it does not work. And here we come after our championship rival Eternal Emery's. Now we are technically ahead of him in the standings, being 15 points above. If we lose this position, we only lose 3 points. If we keep this position, we only lose 3 points. But I wanted to make sure that I could get past Eternal and win and make sure I win this championship. As I could see, I am easily keeping up with Eternal here, and TTV keeping up with me, but that's obviously because he's on a softer compound. But the fact that I am past TTV and holding TTV behind me, that is wearing out his softs, and I'm guaranteeing that he was thinking that he had to get around me. As Eternal pulls away from me a little bit through that section, we ended up catching him a lot back there. We ended up clipping the grass there, which kind of killed our momentum, but TTV did not have a really good exit. He is ended up not so out of DRS range because he was in the detection point. Cody runs on 1:11.224, but he was in the detection point. We ended up now coming through turn 2. As see, I kind of cut the corner there, but only because it's on a regular corner cutting. So you see, as we end up trying to make the move, Eternal goes for a cheeky block there. We end up on the outside of Eternal. He seems like he kind of gave us a little bit of room there, but we were off track. I did not pass him. We are still side by side, heading down to the right, to the long right-hander, and we get clear of Eternal. Eternal does not go for the move, does not dive it down to the inside, and we get past Eternal. That is crucial because now we have clean air in front of us. 4 seconds to Cody, and CTV and Eternal, I know, will be battling for that P3 spot. And this is kind of where the race gets boring because this is practically the only time we will see Eternal Emery's fight with me for this championship spot. Our strategy was just way better, and we were just pure faster on pace, and knowing that we were faster on medium tires, it was great. But as you can see, that gap on the top left corner on the leaderboard easily coming down because of the ERS enriched mix. And thankfully, because of us taking too long to edit our fuel max, we actually have a lot of fuel to play with. About 2 laps of fuel to play with. We lose about a tenth of the Cody as the gap maintains. But as we head into this corner, we end up losing time. It seems like, yes, we lost about 2 hundredths there. And it seems like Cody is just faster on these soft compound tires. But with this strategy, the mediums are going to kick in, and they will definitely show at the end of this run. Now, as we see now on lap 13, nothing has mainly happened up to this point. But as you could see, Cody is pulled away from us 7 seconds compared to where he was. He's pulled 3 seconds on us. And as the pit window comes to fruition, it will be both TTV and Eternal pitting. As you can see right there, they have both pitted. TTV did end up getting on Eternal, but it's still a fierce battle between the Alfa Romeo and the Renault of those two. But Cody is just so much faster on these softs. There was just nothing I could do. I don't know if it was the fuel mix because our fuel was way too high, or if we just did not have the pace. But Eternal comes down for the soft tires. TTV comes down to the soft tires. And really coming down after this, nothing, like I said, besides me showing you those pit stops, nothing has mainly turned to fruition. TTV will beat Eternal off pit road. And the top 3 basically say the same as Cody continuously pulls away from us in each of the section. I think we were both on the same setup, a preset 2, and it was just, he was just really fast there. There was nothing I could do to keep up with his speed at all. As we see just a lap later, the chat has definitely quieted a little bit, but as you could see, Cody starts losing time there. He was able to maintain the gap at the end of his soft run, and he ends up pitting. Now he is definitely on what seems to be the 2-stop strategy. I am on what is trying to be the 1-stop strategy. I've only ran a 1:11 best on the softs. This was my pit lap right here, 16 through 19, but I was going to make sure I was going to run these mediums out to the end. Cody pits for the hard compound tires, and he will come out P2 to my knowledge. He will have the fresher hard compound tires by a lap over TTV and Eternal, and knowing his pace, he will be way faster than them, and hopefully we will be able to continue this strong run that we are having against Cody or against the TTV and Eternal, because right now this strong run against Cody has not came to fruition. We have been losing time to Cody. We were 7 seconds off. We were 7 seconds, almost 8 seconds off from Cody when he came into the pits. And now our pit window started this lap, as you saw from the when we crossed the line. 16 through 19 was our pit, was our pit window. But with us going on the softs, I decided to stay out, even with the tire light on, and possibly a blown tire that could happen. I switched the softs to make sure that we do get the maximum tire, the maximum strategy put. I don't even know what I was saying there. I'm sorry, but we put on the best tire in the race, especially what happened to Cody, and we will be pitting in what seems to be probably 2-3 laps. As we head down the front stretch, it looks like we don't stay off for 2 to 3 laps, and we will come down the pit road on lap 17, only about 2 laps at the Cody, 11 seconds from Cody. It seemed like we would definitely make it. I was a little bit finicky on whether to put on the hards or the softs, but we did put on the softs. Not the best exit, but a 2.6 pit stop, which is basically what everyone has been getting recently. We have the optimum tire up. We were down 5 seconds to Cody, so we have gained 2 seconds on this overcut, it seems like. Never mind, it is now up to almost 8 seconds. Well, it was at 5 seconds, and now it's up to 8 seconds. Okay. Never mind about what I said there. We ended up losing about a few tenths there, but with him on the hards, us on the softs, definitely the best choice that we have made so far this race. And with lap traffic coming up, it might not help us, especially with how the AIR of lap traffic, that brake check in corners, once you get right near them and blue flags appear. But you know, what are you gonna do? But right now, look at that gap. We were at 6 tenths. We gained 6 tenths basically out of that, and now almost a full second in just 1 lap. That is how fast we are. Cody with the soft, the hard strategy, us with the medium, the soft strategy. This is definitely going to be, if we could baby these softs and make them last, this would definitely be our race to lose. And here we go, now on lap 26. We are 2 seconds away from Cody, so the soft tire has definitely been holding its own, but Cody has also been holding his own, but he's been slowly losing that time. As we come across the line, Jeff wants us to come in between 27 and 34 for the hard compound tire. So that's what really made me confused as well, is what if I don't come down for that hard compound tire? Would I get disqualified? Obviously now I know I wouldn't, because I've done this strategy, mediums to softs, ran it to the end, and it did not disqualify me. We ended up, I think, coming P3 that race because of some mistakes. But 1.4 seconds separate me and the leader, Cody. He has been leading basically all race long, but our soft compound tires have just been that good to keep us up with pace of Cody. and to actually be faster than him. As you see, our time dropped to a 1:10.3, basically taking away fastest lap from Cody, who ran a 1:11 on the soft compound when we first started the race. We are now just out of DRS range, so we will not get DRS this straight, but we are close to him. We used all of the overtake. We're in rich mix. We're catching Cody 0.8 of a second to Cody right now, heading down the turn number 1. As we head down the turn number 2, we are right there with Cody. We are right there. We get DRS this corner. We have just 10% ERS. We do not use it. We check the tires, make sure they were good. We don't hit up into rich mix, probably because of only 0.70 laps of fuel left. We're just 0.5 away from Cody, but this is where the dirty air kicks into effect. But will the soft tires actually keep us going? Cody just a little bit, just has a little oversteer off that corner. We're right on him now, 0.6 away from him. He gets the better exit because he's in clean air to the final tight right-hand corner before we get onto the long left. We have an amazing run. Send us Cody. We end up taking this corner a lot better than what Cody did. We end up using some ERS, some rich mix, and we're gonna get DRS. As we head down into the main straight, Cody lends us to position. We do not fight with him. He does not fight with us. I do not fight with him. We only had about 0.2 off our fastest lap there. We take the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix. What we wanted to see, even if we have a 15-point gap. That is amazing. 20 seconds ahead of Eternal, who is P3. Amazing job right now that we have done. 0.2 off. Cody is not done fighting yet. He still seems like that he has the pace. Coming to 7 laps to go. 6 laps to go, from Crofty would say. 0.4 away as we still gain on Cody. Eternal and TTV battle for that P3 spot. But it looks like we were hanging on to this lead, but he's going to have DRS if he can make it through the detection straight, which if he can make it through the detection under a second, which he definitely will. We're 0.4 up on Cody, a little bit into the grass right now. Cody gets a superb exit, but we use that overtake and the rich mix to pull away from Cody. We nearly fake him down pit road, but he just knew that he was not going down pit road at all. 0.2 away from Cody. He tries fighting it back, but it's not going to happen as we pull away there now to a 0.5 lead off of the first set of corners as we come down to turn number 4. Let's come down to turn number 4. We're up by 0.3, so he's gained 0.2 off there. Cody is still on our ass end as we have a little bit with the wheel, trying to keep the car on that curve and then trying to raise that car off the curve out at the end of the corner. Kind of worked there. We hit the apex of this corner. We're doing a superb job keeping Cody behind us. I don't know if it's just Cody not battling with us because he is technically like a teammate to me. I don't know if it's him not battling us hard or him just sticking with that second place on the hard compound tires. Now remember, he pitted on lap 14 for hard compound, and he is going to pit again. This time it will be for the medium compound tire. Eternal and TTV still yet the pit. I don't know if they're going for a 2-stop strategy or a 3-stop or a 1-stop. Now remember this, mediums and hards were the mandatory tire allocation. Cody pitting for mediums while on the softs to hards kind of might have messed me up too, but I do not know that for sure. It looks like that this race is ours and that we will be the J-Lab Season 1 champions, coming from basically almost out of contention, being 100 points back, to then leading after some few lucky incidents at Coda and Mexico. We will end up leading this race 24 seconds gaps on Cody, and it does not look like and it looks like we will be set for this championship in my 14th overall league racing championship. As we come down on lap 33, the tires look good. They could make it all the way to the end, but with my confusion on whether if I'd be disqualified or not, since this is a championship race, I did not want to take a chance. We did not head down pit road just to see if Jess would call us in. He did not call me in there. He did not call me in there as we head down to lap, basically with 3 laps to go. This is the last time I could have a chance to come down pit road or be potentially disqualified, but Jeff did not call me in. Do I risk it for the do I risk going for the win on these soft compound tires and possible disqualification from the game, or do I just play it safe, lose a position to Cody since he's under 20 seconds from me, or do I?
He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Even if GU were to spin, get red wing damage after a stop and run it to the end, and finish 4th, and I finished 1st.
As we see here, we come down pit lane. I was just letting you guys hear what Eternal's saying. Even if I did somehow finish 4th, we end up coming down pit lane. Did not get a speeding penalty. Bailey actually almost got a speeding penalty. And we come down to the hard compound tires. There was a clip there. I was trying to see if I was recording or not because it right at that point it said the recording ended or something, or it was kind of before that actually. Now Jeff wants to finish his race on the compound. Jeff will finish the race on the compound. There is Cody. Now something you're about to see is happening. Kind of gave me the I always said it, gave me the win here. As we see here, Cody is fine coming down through these corners with 2 laps to go. Two laps to go. And there is the lag.
You're lagging. You're honestly lagging. Like, no cap. Yeah, for real. You were joking on my screen.
Now Cody, his mic is not able to be shared through recordings and stuff, unfortunately, so you could not hear what he was saying. But he was asking to be for real. Now it did not affect me one bit that he was lagging. It did not affect me, but it kind of scared me because I did not want to have a chance to DNF. I'm getting the hiccups now. Okay, great. As we come down to the final time, going into the first corner, purple sector 2 on the purple sector 3 on the hard compound tires. As you see Cody high there, we were close to him, and then he teleported onto our screen. We tell him that he is lagging. He is still lagging down the straightaway here, and we end up telling him that he was lagging. He ends up moving out of the way for us, and because of that, that will give us the win here at Brazil and the championship. We head down to the final twisty section of this. We head down to the twist section of the circuit for the final time. We have a green sector 1. Can we potentially steal this fastest lap away from Cody on the hard compound tires? I don't think it is. He is still close to us. Nicholas Latifi now. He's right. He's a lap car that's kind of being in effect because he gives Cody front ring damage right here. He lets us by. We got a green sector 2. Can we get a possible green? Can we get a purple lap and set the fastest lap time? Cody says he gets front wing damage. We check behind to see where he is, and off of the final corner, because I'm not paying attention to the fast lap time, we won't get fastest lap, and we win the Brazil Grand Prix, and we get our 14th league championship over Eternal. And Eternal, our championship battle, will finish P3 side by side with Cody. I'm in TTV. Unfortunately, I did not show a good angle. What a race that we had here.
Oh my god.
As you can hear me just being in relief that we have won this championship, our 14th overall championship in our league racing, not career, but league racing like history that we've been doing this stuff. We end up winning our first F1 championship out of all the times that we have spun and got front wing damage on the first lap, especially from the snap-on F1 series. We ended up winning the championship. See, I'm still celebrating. I'm still happy. We were 100 points back just about probably 10 races ago.
Get in there!
We end up winning the championship. What an amazing battle. And that will do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I haven't really gotten... I really want to do this type of content, but... I really want to do this type of content for you guys, but... I don't know, with Snap-on and all of that being just put there, and all of that just being put there, I don't know if, how often these videos would come out, but that would do it. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Peace out.
Yeah, this is